everyone. Welcome back to Poppin In with Alexa and Molly. I'm Alexa.
I'm Molly.
And this week we're going to be playing ping pong.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be table tennising it up. Which do you prefer, ping pong or table tennis?
I mean, I call it... Is there a difference?
I think I mostly notice British people calling it table tennis, but I think like in the movie that we're going to talk about, they call it table tennis primarily.
Really?
But I
call it ping pong.
I call it ping pong.
At least like maybe in the movie they said table tennis, but I think when everybody talks about it, they say like ping pong.
Yeah, but I think maybe because also in Forrest Gump, I think they call it table tennis. I don't know.
Maybe I suck at ping pong. I don't know about you.
I used to suck. Well, you know, because Chris and I used to go.
Oh, yeah.
After the gym, we would work out, and then we would play ping pong for like an hour plus. And I still haven't beaten him yet, but I've gotten so close.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time you came to play with us, and I was like, I should warn you, it's very serious.
Yeah.
And I think you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you were a little Marty Supreme over there.
Still didn't win, but I've gotten so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's start off with, what are you popping in with this week? Or what are you popping with this week?
Well... I should have been prepared for this question. I don't really know exactly what I'm popping in with this week, but I can tell you as of like 2 minutes ago I just gotta bring this up because this is wild.
Okay, this is what you said. You were like, I'm gonna read this to you live.
Yeah.
And unfiltered.
This is just so interesting.
Okay.
So, do you know who Boots Riley is? No. He did,
Is it a cartoon character?
No. He's a, He did the movie Sorry to Bother You with Lakeith Stanfield.
Okay, yeah.
And he's very, like, his movies are really surrealist. Like, they're very strange, but they're really good.
Yeah.
And I just read that this is wild.
Okay.
I just have to read, because this, like, really shook me. He's developing a film adaptation of Mr. Burns, a post-electric play. The stage play follows survivors of an apocalypse who recount the Simpsons episode Cape Fear to distract themselves and later form a traveling theater company that performs Simpsons episodes. And he's making a film adaptation of it. I don't really know how else to...
A24 is going to be like, and we'll produce that one. Oh, that screenshot? Absolutely.
Wild.
They'll be all over it.
I really had to just read that. I don't know.
That's confusing, but I feel like maybe sometimes I hear the plots to things and then I see the movie and I'm like, okay, I see what the vision was. Yeah. I'm popping with this week the Traitors. I almost wanted to say the Dividers. I don't know why.
That's so interesting. I feel like you're really in your reality show era. Sort
of. It's because I meant to watch it last year because I actually do think it's a fun show. Like, I like the vibe. I like the Scottish castle. But I started watching it after, like, the season had ended, and it's not as fun because you're not, like, in the, like, you know, group. You know, you're not in the, like, you're not seeing what people are talking about in real time, that type of thing. But this year they had Rob from Love Island on it. They had Travis Kelce's mom, which was random.
Yeah, I heard she was, like, really bad.
Yeah, she, this is going to be a spoiler if you haven't watched it, but this is the first year they did a secret traitor, where it's like the other traitors don't know who the secret traitor is, and,
wouldn't that be the whole show? I thought that was the whole show, is there's a traitor and you don't know who it is.
So there's usually, like, I think a couple of traitors, and everyone else doesn't know who it is, but this person, the traitors, didn't know who the secret traitor was.
Oh, okay. I don't think I grasp what the show is about. But I just haven't watched it.
It's kind of tough for me too. And shout out to like Liz and Tanya. They were explaining it to me earlier, which was helpful. I was just really honestly vibing. And I was like, well, I guess we'll see what happens. But anyways, she got found out as the secret traitor and like almost immediately.
Yeah.
And
I think what happened with that, from what I read, because I think a lot of people, fan or not, they were all kind of like, she is not meant for the show. Because I think, have you ever seen her in interviews? She's really she doesn't have a lot of charisma. Like, she's very, like, she's probably a nice lady, but she's just kind of not made for TV necessarily. And I mean that, like, she's just not, again, doesn't have, like, a ton of personality and charisma. Right. And apparently she was, like, a fan of the show. Mm-hmm. And then, so it's like, that's why she's on it. And, you know, obviously she is who she is, so. I just am
like, why did the producer select her as the secret traitor? Because I just think about, like, it's like if I put one of my parents on there. Right. Where it's like, they're not media trained really in any way. They don't have any experience as like an actor or like someone in the spotlight. Yeah. Which, like, she kind of is in the spotlight, but not like all these other people are.
But because of other people, not because it's her, you know?
Right. So it just was like like, again, she seems nice and stuff, but I was just like, that was an interesting choice on the producers. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints. Her and Rappaport, I've heard a lot of bad things about.
Yeah, he's very annoying on it.
Yeah.
It's I don't even know why he's on there. Like, what is he famous from? I only know him from Friends in, like, 1997.
Well, he's also a politician, isn't he? Like, he's got some kind of, like... Hold on, cut this if I'm wrong. Okay, well, I guess technically he's a politician. He's announced that he'll be running for mayor of New York City in 2029, so...
Interesting.
But...
Good luck with that.
Anyway, Did you ever watch, like, previous seasons?
No.
So you said this is your first season.
But it reminds me of there's this show called The Mole that me, Chris, and Tanya all love, and it's kind of like that where one person is the mole, but what I love about that is, I mean, one, it's like regular people, so, you know, but two, it's like the audience also doesn't know who the mole is every episode. And I was, Chris made a good, because I said to Chris, I was like, Traitors is really, like, whoever came up with this idea it's like, you know.
Well, I think it was originally a British show.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, it's basically like the Avengers of reality TV. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, all these cinematic universes coming together.
Yeah. So the reason I was asking was because there's like a funny like scene. Again, I don't watch it, but I've just seen like clips from the show. And there's a really hilarious scene from like, I don't know, a couple seasons ago where Tom Sandoval was on the show.
Yeah. That was last season, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And he was... There's like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't have the context.
Yeah.
But he's doing a clue. He's like doing a hint or whatever. I don't know. He's like reading a clue. And he has to sing. And it's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen because he just sounds like so bad. And the people who are because he's like on the phone and he's having to read it out, but he's like singing.
Yeah.
And the person on the other line, the people on the other line are like, oh, who is that? and like you can see what's his face. Alan Cumming is like laughing. Like it's really funny. He's just like, he's so earnest about it. He's like genuinely trying to sing and it's like so funny. And he's just like such a goofy dude. But
I also love this for Alan Cumming, like watching him in those wild outfits, just being like, and you're gonna get murdered. I'm like, this is the role of his lifetime. He's having a blast.
Well, I think it's interesting because I do think the British version they use, I could be wrong, again, I'm talking as if I watched it. I don't, but they use, I think, just regular people in the British version.
Yeah.
And apparently next season they might.
Yes, they had. People. I noticed at the end of one of the episodes, it was like an advertisement where it's like, "Would you like to be a traitor?"
I think that'll be better. We're accepting
normies.
I sometimes think that like celebrities make things like I think if they have regular people, that'll be harder to know who the traitor is or whatever. Like I don't know.
Well, that's why, and they haven't brought back The Mole yet. But if you like Traitors, guys, go watch The Mole on Netflix. I need them to bring back the next season. It's one of my favorite like competitive shows. It's so fun. Really? It really gets me going.
Maybe that can be our new, when we're finally done with Divided. And we finally admit to ourselves we've watched all the episodes.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's what I'm popping with this week. Long story short.
Yeah. Well, we're also popping in with...
Marty Supreme. Y'all know, I've been waiting to see this movie. And you know what I was thinking? I think I'm a crazy person, but you might relate to this because sometimes I think about the timeline of my life when movies come out, and I was thinking about like when I first heard about Timothee Chalamet doing a ping pong movie. That was like 2 years ago, and I was like, I mean, I'll probably see it when it comes out, and it's like now I've already seen it. It's come out and I've seen it.
So I had kind of an opposite experience.
Okay.
When it was first announced what it was. Mm-hmm. And you know me. I mean, you love Timothee Chalamet. I do like Timothee Chalamet. I think he's a fine actor. I'm not obsessed with him. I think, I've said before, sometimes I have thought he's a little overrated. But I don't hate, like, I do overall think he is a very good actor. Mm-hmm. But when it first was announced that he was in first of all, like, I think it's Josh Safdie who directed this, right?
Yeah.
Josh Safdie, movie about a ping pong champion, I was like, I'm good on that. Like, I just wasn't interested at all. And I say that because I had previously watched Uncut Gems. I did not like it. Mm-hmm. I thought I couldn't get through it.
I've never seen it.
So the music, and I'll talk about this when we talk about this movie, but one thing that really, for some reason, threw me off of that movie was the music. It was so loud and overstimulating, and the music just didn't fit the vibe of the movie, and it just, like, really stood out in a very it made me anxious. Like, it was really hard to, like, watch that movie. And so I was kind of like, I think I'm good on... And I never saw the movie Good Times. Like, I just have never... I don't know. I just wasn't... So I wasn't interested in this movie. But... we both watched. I actually I actually did see it because this is a whole thing. Was like Alexa really wanted me to see it, and I
you
was
said
like,
you were
no.
like, no. You're screaming, no. Yeah,
I saw it. I saw it before you. Dare I say?
I know, which is crazy. Yeah, and you saw it with your parents, which like shout out to them, love them. But I was like,
I know,
I got her there. Just kidding.
Were you like? I was actually really trying to not talk about it in front of you too. After I saw it, I was like, I don't want to. Like,
you did a good job.
You mad.
Well, I will say so, and this is not a spoiler. I think it needs to. We will be getting into spoilers, but I don't think this movie is not, like But there was a scene with a dog where you think the dog is gonna die. I don't text during movies. You know, I was about to break my rule and be like, Molly Golson. All caps.
Megan told me.
You didn't tell me that a goddamn dog was going to die.
Lower your volumes. Sorry.
Yeah. But then it didn't. And then I was like, okay, I see why she didn't. Yeah. And I was like, I should trust my friend more.
And also, but you shouldn't, because how many times have I not told you a dog dies in a movie? Multiple times you've gotten mad at me.
It was just the one time. And then after that, you've been really good about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I have become like you. Well, or at least I think like you now, where I'm just like, well, I was like, oh, I should tell, like, Alexa's not gonna like this movie, damn. But then, like, you quickly see that he does survive. Although at the end, he's not in a good situation either, so.
No, but Megan made a point. She was like, that dog is a survivor. And I was like, that's true. I loved this movie. I agree with you. So, just for context, the movie basically follows
Marty Mauser,
and he's trying to get to like the world championships of.
He's from New York. He's and it's based on a true story about a man named Marty Reisman, who was a ping pong champion from New York.
Yeah,
and
it's in the 50s. It's like right after World War II, and basically his whole kind of like thing is like everyone's like, understandably, like, what are you doing? Like, what do you mean you're going to Japan to play ping pong?
But can I say something? I mean, he's making money from it. So I was kind of surprised why his, like, mom was, well, when he was traveling with the, not a ton of money, but more, okay, he couldn't have been making less money than he was at a shoe store.
I don't know, because I was like, okay, so, again, to clarify, what happens is he goes to England, and this is what happens, I think, in every sports movie, is like, first they lose, right? They have to lose some big tournament or whatever, so that way you're like rooting for them in the second act. So he loses, he comes back home, and he's like, I have to basically beat the Japanese person that I just lost to.
Because he had this like really, he was like an amazing player, like the best one in the world, and he had this like interesting technique.
Yeah. The Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Yes. And so then he's like, okay, I have to make money to be able to go to Japan. Yeah. Because they live in kind of like an impoverished, like they are not, he's
borough,
not, yeah, like he has a single mom, like they're not like.
Played by Fran Drescher.
Yes, which I kind of loved her in this role.
Yeah, she wasn't in it that much, but.
No. And I will say, like, all these small roles, so someone, I think it was the Big Picture podcast, described it perfectly, or no, maybe it was NPR Happy Hour, I can't remember. But they said there's something Dickens-esque about, like, all these characters. It's not necessarily Dickensian, but it feels Dickens-esque, where it's, like, all these characters and, like, situations are, like, layered in, but they all feel kind of, like, fully realized, I think. Like, even Fran Drescher's character, I feel like you got a lot from her in, like, just acting-wise, emotionally, in the few scenes that she's in.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to say is Matthew and I are huge fans of Shark Tank, and it was so funny to see Mr. Wonderful in the movie because he plays, and we'll kind of get into this too, but Gwyneth Paltrow, he plays her character's husband, and he's sort of the one, he's probably like the third or fourth main character in this movie. Like, he has a pretty big role, but he's the one who, like, Marty is trying to get money from in order to go, like, he was going to sponsor Marty and to go to Japan. And so he's actually, like, he's not an actor in real life, he's an entrepreneur, but he was actually really good in this. I thought he was pretty funny.
He was, but I have thoughts on that. So I think all of the performances were, like, really good. I think, you know, Timothee Chalamet, I thought he deserved to win for Bob Dylan, but now I'm like, actually,
I thought this was his best role.
This was his best role. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the acting and stuff for all of them was kind of because the characters fit the people that they're playing. So, like, Mr. Wonderful's playing, like, this big kind of tough, like CEO of a company. He's super wealthy, whatever. Yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow's kind of playing this like formerly big starlet who's still like an aging beauty, but like, you know.
Which I heard a lot of people saying that they didn't think her character, that she was very good, that she was just like meh. And I actually did think she was good.
I do too. And I think part of it is because it's like kind of her, you know, a little bit. And I feel like Timothée Chalamet, like thinking about it, it's like him, like, because this whole thing is about like achievement and success, right? And that's basically his Oscar run. Like, this is literally a movie that is like emulating the plot of his life a little bit.
Or is he, because I felt like he was being so cocky during this Oscar campaign, and or is he just being his character from the movie? That's kind of how I see it, he was like marketing the movie.
I think it's a little bit of both, but I mean, I can see like I think even before like he was Bob Dylan, he was kind of like, yeah, like, I'm a really great actor. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to achieve that,
Yeah, the same way Marty was a ping pong player.
And energetic and like,
yeah. And then they both lose, and then he's like, okay, round 2, I'm going to come back bigger and better than ever. And I think he did, you know, and I think that's what really enhances these roles is I think the actors are bringing a lot of their like real life experience to it.
Yeah, but I just meant like, and that's true, but I also just going back to Mr. Wonderful, I was just like, oh, he has like good comedic timing too. I was just saying I thought it was.
Oh yeah, I thought he did great too. And I was curious about that because that was one of the one things like you did like mention. You were like, did you know Mr. Wonderful is in it? And I was like, no, but I couldn't tell how you thought about it. I thought you didn't like just like the way like the expression on your face. I was like, maybe she didn't like him in it.
Oh,
I didn't want to ask too many questions.
No, I thought it was funny. Oh, the whole movie is like really an odyssey. Like he's trying to get to this, like, it's like one thing after another, of one battle after another, of him he's trying to make money in order to go to Japan to play this guy, and it's very chaotic. It's a lot of screaming and yelling as he's trying to make money. Some of it was very funny though. Like I thought the part where there's a scene where he falls, and actually Tyler the Creator's in it too. Yeah. And he was also really funny. Yeah. But Timothée Chalamet, there's a scene where he's in the bathtub and he literally falls through the floor, and it's like actually it's such a shocking scene. It's also really brutal because he falls on a guy's arm
and a dog. Yeah.
And but it's like it was just so shocking. It was like it was very chaotic, and
I feel like that's when the second act really started because leading up to that, like there was like a little bit of chaos. You're kind of like, what's going on? And then after like once that bathtub went through the floor, it was like nonstop.
It was
chaos.
Nonstop because now they're like running from not running from somebody, but they're trying to. The whole thing is, like I said, they're trying to make money, and I was really. Friend of the pod Eric told me today that you guys were like trying to figure out the cost of how much that, because there's a scene where he and his girlfriend are trying to make money by holding a dog for ransom, basically being like, we found your dog, but give us money
because he owes $1,400 to the ping pong association, table tennis, whatever.
That's right.
Which it's like $1,400 in like 1950, and I looked it up. And this was literally like a website called like inflationcalculator.com or something. So someone tell me it was like $22,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I see why he's so stressed. Like $1,400, not a small amount of money. $22,000 in a fine is crazy.
That is crazy. And I was like, wait a minute. And I kept forgetting this movie took place in the 50s. I was thinking the 80s because there was 80s music throughout it. So it just in my head, I just keep thinking there's like 80s music. Because not even just the song, but like the score is very like synthesis. Like it's very like, I don't know.
Which I kind of like. Normally I wouldn't, but I think it did work here.
It did. Like I said, when I was talking about Uncut Gems, if you've ever seen that, I don't know if you agree, but the music in that is just really overwhelming. It's I don't know, something about it. I'd have to go back and maybe watch it again. I don't want to, but there's something about it stressed me out so much. And this movie was actually a little bit similar.
Yeah, because I remember you texted me, you were like, it's a really loud movie.
That was just our theater, I think. But yes, it was
we
loud, yeah. But I will say, like, overall, I really liked the movie. I don't think it's a movie I'd watch again, but I did really like it.
I would watch it again if it was like I know I'm going to force Chris to watch it eventually. And I mean, not force, he'll want to watch it. And I'm like, I'll go see it with you again. Because I feel like it's, again, there's so many, like, layers and things happening in the background or whatever that it would be cool to, like, just be able to, like, catch other things that you're, like, maybe not noticing on a first watch. But I do agree, you had texted me, you said it is a little long, and because it is 2.5 hours.
If it did feel a little long.
I think you could cut at least 20 minutes of, like, I don't know where, but somewhere.
Well, and now the money thing, it makes sense. But the dog thing was annoying because I was just like, okay, just forget the dog.
Yeah.
They were trying to find this. At one point, the dog was taken by this guy who is this crazy guy with a gun, and the dog's in the house, and they're literally trying to break into his house twice to get this dog. And I'm like, just leave the dog. Why do you need it that bad?
And I'm curious, so, like, what do you think of Marty Mauser as a person? Because there were scenes where...
I don't think he was a likable character at all.
Here's the thing. I was thinking about this. I was literally preparing to say this statement to you when I was getting into my car earlier. I don't think he's a likable person, but I think he's a lovable one.
I mean... Maybe.
I mean?
I think he's entertaining, obviously. I think he was, like you said, he wants success. He's really vying for that. But I do think he was not, and this is in all their movies, like the main character is never really likable.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of scumbags. But I mean, I think, so one scene that really stood out in the beginning, so he's played by Josh Safdie. He's just wearing, I think, or maybe I don't know which Safdie it is, but he's wearing like a lot of prosthetics to make him look older. But there's a really pivotal scene in the movie where he's playing against a man who's a lot older than him, but he's no longer as good, but he used to be like the champion, the ping pong champion, and he was in the Holocaust. And there's this really kind of disturbing, really alarming, like just very shocking scene where he's explaining to Mr. Wonderful's character about how he was in the Holocaust, and his job was to detonate
or to not detonate, but like to de-arm bombs.
And so while he's in the forest one day, he comes across a honeycomb with bees, and he spreads the honey all over his chest. And they're like, why would you do that? And he's like, to nourish my friends. So he goes back and they show it. And it's like this. And again, the music is like, it's like really weird. It's a very weird scene. But he's like, basically the other people in the camp are literally licking honey off of his chest.
Yeah.
And I think that scene actually was really important to the movie because it really just showed like this is a person who is doing things for others and he's thinking of others and putting others before himself, whereas I think Marty would put himself before others, and he will do anything to get ahead.
Right. Also, that scene, I'm so glad you brought it up, because whenever, like, Chris and I, whenever we watch something by A24, it'll be like a totally normal movie sometimes, but we always say, there's the A24. There's always some scene, like when we watched Beef, and it was like this witch woman was coming out of the corner, and it was just like, there's the A24. And literally, when they started licking honey off of his body, I thought, there's the A24. There's that little bit of weirdness in it. You know what I mean? But I do think that is an interesting point to make. And I think you're right. And I think it's interesting because it's like Marty has these moments where it's like he brings his mom back the rock from the pyramid, or the final
or his
scene.
Girlfriend. He's really, the girl that he loves. He is sort of, there's times where he's putting himself before her and not thinking of her, but he's also, sometimes he's really caring about her.
Yeah, but there's also times where I'm like, okay, she's like 8+ months pregnant or whatever, and the scene, so how I got onto this was I was thinking during the movie when they go to get the dog and the guy has like the shotgun, and I'm like, why is your pregnant mistress here? She is super pregnant.
Yeah, but she was the one really, I mean, by the end, she was the one actually running it.
And she's such a complex character. She's very interesting. Like, you think she's like really desperate, but she's actually, I think not. She's very like, she's like a hustler, like Marty in a way, but she's like a hustler for him. She's like the only person who believes in his dreams in this movie.
Well, I think she also just really believed that they would be together.
Yeah.
I mean, she lied. Like, she is a hustler for sure.
Yeah. Which, great. I mean, Odessa, Adzion?
Yeah.
I wrote it down earlier.
I know.
But anyways, I mean, I think she's
good. She was in I Love LA, too.
Yeah. She's also so beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I just cannot, like, it's like her, like, the way they do her eye makeup and stuff. Oh, she's so pretty. But I think, like, there's these moments where like Marty, I think, it's like he sees other people. He's always like saying, he's like, I love you, like it's like he loves these people, but he says, actually I was in the bathroom for this speech that he gives to Rachel, his like pregnant mistress, but I looked it up afterwards, where he basically was like, listen, like my life has a purpose. This is like my only purpose. And it's kind of like, okay, I kind of like get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, this is like the one thing that you care about. Like this is, and I don't think it's an excuse to like be shitty to other people, but it's like, it's not like a reason. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah. I can kind of understand it.
Yeah, for sure.
Your purpose is ping pong. And like, more power to you, man.
He just made annoying choices throughout the movie. I mean, he could have gone to Japan way earlier if he had just...
Well, also, like, there's the whole scene. So, again, this is a huge spoiler, but he finally, like, goes up against the Japanese guy who originally beat him. And the whole thing is, like, Mr. Wonderful's character is like, I'm hosting this event, and I want you to lose to him so that way, like, the Japanese people will buy my pens.
Yeah.
Because they're, like, really into ping pong. And, like, they just need to, like, see a win over America because, you know, if you don't know, we did, like, drop 2 atomic bombs on Japan. So, like, things weren't going well. But it's so interesting because, so eventually he does plan to lose, and then he realizes, like, they're going to make him kiss a pig or whatever, and he's like, no. Mm-hmm. Let's do it for real.
Did you get flashbacks to Black Mirror?
I did,
They rolled the pig out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
I was like, at least you just have to kiss it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But, and then, like, he starts to beat, like, his Japanese rival, and you can see, like, they show, like, the Japanese people just being kind of like, oh. Yeah. Like, they're just, like, so, it's like, they've been through enough, man. I think, like, let him have the ping pong, you know? Let him win, like, if they wanted to win it. It's like it's all about his reputation and not maybe how, like, this affects other people, you know? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But... like, so, and I think the last scene really, like, that scene, I think, was such a risk. So, you know, his mistress has the baby, and he, like, sees her, and Tears for Fears starts playing, and he sees the baby, and
I really loved that part. I loved the ending.
And I think it was pitch perfect, and I think it was hard to do that pitch perfect, because if they had chosen if he had played it any other way, if they had done a different song, or, like, whatever, I think it could have,
it was like, a good needle drop.
Yeah, I think it could have gone.
And her holding up the baby, like, the audience in our theater was, like, really laughing, because it was so cute, like, or just, like, how cute it was, like, how she kept, like, holding up the baby to him so he could see. It was so cute. It was cute.
I
liked I did really like the movie a lot.
Yeah.
And I agree. So after seeing it, I'm like, I think that was definitely Timothee Chalamet's best acting.
Yeah,
I think it was his best role.
He really gave it his all. He put it all in there.
It reminded me of, like, I felt like I was watching, like, I felt like his acting really reminded me of Leo.
Yeah, I could see that. Where I would, like, you know, obviously I'm a Timothee Chalamet fan, but I do think he has, like, such range to go from, like, Call Me By Your Name to Wonka to Marty Supreme to Bob Dylan. It's like, yeah, like, that's pretty impressive. And, like, especially at his age, you know, like, you know, I'll watch anything he's in. I think he's just extremely talented.
Yeah.
And not in, like, a crazy Club Chalamet way. You're perfectly safe here, Timmy. Can't you tell by the sound of my voice?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But our question of the week this week, and if you want to answer our question of the week, follow us at Poppin In Podcast. We post every week along with our timestamps. And this week we asked, what is your favorite sports movie?
Okay.
Now, we had a lot of answers for this. People love sports movies. And it's funny because here's the thing. I want to start out by saying, at first I was like, I don't like sports movies.
Yeah.
But then I realized, I'm like, actually, I kind of do like a lot of sports movies.
It's the only way I, like, get into sports is sports movies and sports documentaries. Because I'm like, let's put a story behind these athletes.
I want us to guess each other's because I'm curious.
Oh, interesting. I don't know what sports movies you've seen. Okay.
Well, think about me as a person. So when I say sports, it's not going to be like football or like a baseball movie.
You know what I'm thinking of, and this is not going to be it, is A Knight's Tale. It's
technically
sports. It's jousting. I think regularly about that time that I tweeted, I was like, whatever happened to jousting? And you replied, and you were like, wonder why you're wondering that? Because you knew what I was watching.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't remember that.
I do. I think about it all the time.
Oh, cute. Yeah, that's one of, I was just saying today, that's one of my comfort movies.
Bring back jousting. I would love to see a good joust.
You know what we should do? We should absolutely 100% go to a
medieval times. I've been trying to go.
I think we would thrive there.
I would love it. I would love a big haka ham or whatever it is.
It's a turkey leg.
Turkey leg.
I would love to do that. I think it'd be so fun.
You know what I want to wear is one of those Renaissance hats that goes all the way up in a cone, and then it has like a little scarf that hangs off the top.
I want to wear a crown. Like, I want to be crowned I don't know.
The May Queen.
No, I don't think that's what it's called.
Okay, can you give me a hint of like the general sport?
I have 3.
3 movies?
I think so.
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
So one of them I don't think you'll guess, but 2, I mean, think about like what's one of my favorite movies.
Moneyball or whatever?
Ew, no.
Oh, one of your favorite movies in general?
Yeah. Maybe you don't know this.
Can you give me a hint? I feel like one of them is going to be the same for us.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I was going to guess yours. I think I know yours.
What is it?
A League of Their Own.
Yes.
That's one of mine too.
Okay. And also, A League of Their Own, the movie, and the series.
I never watched the series.
It was really good, but it got canceled, and it had, like, a really good LGBTQ romances.
I was going to say, it's really homophobic that they canceled it.
I mean, I think it actually is, yeah.
Yeah. But I actually never watched that. I think I was sort of, like, uninterested in watching it just because I was like, it's a movie already. Like, I don't know, I wasn't excited about watching a show version of it for some reason.
I wasn't either, but I think they like did it. They took it in a little bit of a different direction that made it fresh.
You did tell me that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's the other one? The sport. Sport.
You want me to just tell you the sport?
Yeah.
Some people might argue it's not a sport, so that could be a hint. And it's a series of movies.
That's a series of movies.
Yeah, there's like a bunch. Think about it.
Knives Out? No.
What?
Okay.
No, you're probably not thinking that it's a sport. You know what I mean? You're not thinking of it as a sport movie. I watch it on planes a lot.
You watch it on planes a lot.
And it's not Knives Out. Okay, whatever. I'm about to just tell you. Oh my gosh, do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah, just tell me.
Bring It On.
Oh, that is a sport.
It is. I was just saying some people might argue it's not, but it is.
Those are great movies. And you know what? It's really hard to find the second Bring It On.
It is, and I used to love the second one.
Yes.
Because I used to like rent it from the library when I was little, so I would always watch it. But
it was always on ABC Family.
Was it? Yeah, because that one is underrated, but I used to watch that one arguably the most out of the 3.
Yes, I love the routines that they do at the end. I was like, I remember being a kid and being like, this slaps.
Now, the 4th one has a crazy routine. They do, like, this weird, like, helicopter move at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't like I really only like the first 3.
The Hayden Panettiere one.
No,
not...
it's my favorite. I used to watch that all the time.
It is, but, like, watching it at, like, now, you're just like, oh.
There's a lot of problematic things about it, a lot. But I do love especially the first one. The first one is
Bring It On is good.
Genuinely such a good movie.
Yeah.
My other one is Cool Runnings.
I've never seen that.
It's about a Jamaican bobsled
team.
Yes,
with Cuba Gooding Jr.
No, is he in that?
I thought so. Oh no, wait! I'm thinking of the one, the Alaskan Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs growing up was my favorite movie.
That was a good one. I have seen Cool Runnings too, though.
When I met Cuba Gooding Jr. in my head, I was like, Snow Dogs, like you raised me. I grew up on you. Like my mom and I would watch Snow Dogs like every day when I was little. No.
Your mom was like, great, Snow Dogs again.
Yeah. No, she was, I have like a vivid memory of us playing and she had just bought the movie and her stopping while we were playing and she's like, do you want to watch Snow Dogs? And we like ran upstairs. Oh, Mom, if you're listening, I have a really that's such a good memory of us. Anyway, no, Cool Runnings is really good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to consider that a sports movie because it's bobsledding.
That's a sport. It's like an Olympic sport.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Yours is League of Their Own.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I think... Okay, so I'm going to read our answers. We have some good ones. So Megan said Miracle.
Don't know it.
That's the one with Kurt Russell. It's a hockey movie.
Okay.
So it makes sense.
Also, honorable mention, I almost said, what's the Disney Leprechaun movie?
Oh my God.
Oh, I almost said Luck of the Irish.
That's not a sports movie, is it?
He plays basketball.
Is it? There's also Double Team or whatever it's called.
Okay, that movie, when I was little, I thought I was going crazy because I never finished it, but then I would turn it on and it would start again. And I thought, I was like, wow, I literally remember thinking, that's crazy. They never ended this movie.
There's actually, now that I think about it, there's a lot of Disney Channel original.
Half Court Miracle?
Yeah, there's a lot of sports Disney Channel original movies.
Brink?
Ice Princess.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
It's not really a Disney Channel movie. It was in the theaters. But Steph also said Miracle, so we had 2 for Miracle. Eric said Remember the Titans and The Waterboy.
I haven't seen The Waterboy.
What? I have seen that.
I
don't like Adam Sandler, but I did enjoy The Waterboy when I saw it. Emily said Space Jam.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Courtney said A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
And it's also her favorite movie ever. And I mentioned to her, I was like, my dad, like, I used to watch it all the time with my dad. And she was like, I did too. And she pointed out, she was like, I feel like every dad hears, like, there's no crying in baseball. And they're just like, you have to, our daughters need to watch this movie or whatever.
Your dad is like, how can I get her into sports?
Yeah. Tanya said, I, Tanya. And I was telling you earlier, this really made me laugh because I'm like stupid when she said, I, Tanya, he. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's a great movie. Like, what's he about that? Like, it's a great movie. And then I was like, oh.
Her name's Tanya. Yeah.
I just wasn't thinking. Pia said, Bring It On.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Kelsey said 42.
I never saw that one.
I never saw that. And Chris, can you guess Chris's?
No, but I made him reply. Can I guess Chris's?
I don't know if you will.
King Richard. I don't know.
No. I guess that is a sports movie.
Actually, I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Any Given Sunday.
I've never even heard of this movie.
I've heard of it. I actually don't know what it's about, what sport it's about. But we got some really good answers, so thank you all for responding.
And you know what? I had an alternate question of the week where I was like, actually, I just want to ask this question so I can tell you my answer. Where it's like, what sports movie do you want to see? And you know what I want to see?
What?
That
you mean like what you would like to see made?
What I want to see made is that 18-year-old darts player in England that looks like he's 35, but he's like.
Don't you think that could be a good like Queen's Gambit type? Yes, thing?
Which Marty Supreme really reminded me of too, because it's the same thing where it's like these are quote unquote sports, you know, but like you can they all are like, he's like literally this darts guy, I can't remember his name, but he's like the best in the world. He's 18 years old, and I always think like, well, what are you gonna do with the rest of your life? Like, you've achieved such greatness.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if Chris was playing me, but he said he like went to like a darts academy. You know how like you can go to like tennis high school?
Yeah.
But he did it for like
darts. He probably
darts.
did. And I was wondering about his life. Like, I'm like, I hope he has friends, and I hope he's like, you know, normal, like he's been able to have like a normal life.
He seems like it.
Hopefully, yeah.
But I want to see.
He seemed really intense when we watched him play. Like, I was like, this kid seems weird. But then when he was, because first of all, he looks 35. I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, he literally, if you looked at him, you guys asked me I walked into the house and the first thing you asked me was, how old do you think he is? And I was like, 30.
Don't you love when that happens?
Yeah, and he was like 18.
Welcome to Alexa and Chris discussion.
Right. And the thing is, then he was interviewed, and I was like, oh, he seems like a normal chap.
Yeah.
So,
he's got some mates.
I couldn't tell you what. That's definitely like a you question because you were thinking about it.
Yeah, I was like, this will be the question of the week. I just want to mention this.
Yes. The thing too about like aging out is, I mean, that's the thing about sports is like a dancer. I mean, you can only be a dancer for until like probably like until you're like 40. Like, you couldn't. So you really have to retire at a young age, and that's unfortunate. It's just like, what I guess you could teach. You could always be a coach or whatever.
I always think of like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, who are like 40 years old, and I'm like, they're getting hit by grown men. Meanwhile, I like slipped down the step the other day, and I'm not gonna recover for a while. I was like, that really took me out. I don't know how people are, and I'm 30.
You slipped again down the stairs?
Oh, this was just a little one. This wasn't like this wasn't like the one where I nearly died. This was just a little like, whoop, and back up.
You fell? Wow. You had a fall?
I fall, Molly, I fall
You had another fall?
When I'm an old woman, it's going to be really scary for me.
Today, this really made me laugh. I don't know if you saw me, but like we were downstairs and you did this thing where you walked into the kitchen, but I guess like Chris was walking out at the same time, and just out of the corner of my eye, you started walking backwards, which for a second I thought you were like possessed. Like, I got really scared for a second. But it was just like, you're just so funny when you move around. Like,
Thank you.
No, like the way you just like backed up, and he was just like, okay. Like, you can't just walk around him.
You know what? I want that one in my obituary too. She was so funny when she moved.
Or I think we all had the same thought when Chris walked in and you were walking towards the door. You're about to walk past the front door with a cup of hot steaming tea. And he opened the door, and I was like, in another universe, this would have hit the cup of tea and flung all over you.
Absolutely.
But luckily you moved out of the way.
Actually, there's a stain in the carpet over there, literally from today where I was throwing the ball for Poe, but I had a cup of coffee in my hand, and I threw it in a way where it hit the door. It came back at my face.
Oh my God.
With the coffee, and I went, what?
In your face? The coffee went in your face?
No, it went on the ground, but I mean,
goodness.
I got hit in the face with a dog ball.
Yeah. Do you ever have those weird involuntary jerks? Like your arm just like jerks weird?
Yes.
I had that. Do you remember the time I spilled Chipotle all over my floor? Which never I don't do that. I don't like spill. Maybe I told other people. I spilled Chipotle all over the couch and the floor. And because I was throwing a ball for Matilda, or throwing one of her toys, and just like for some reason it was like my one hand was throwing the toy, but my other hand holding the Chipotle ball. Bull thought I was supposed to throw that too, so I somehow threw the Chipotle bowl and it spilled everywhere. And I'm not kidding, Alexa. I put it all back in my bowl and ate it.
As you should.
Yeah. I remember I was watching a new episode of Too Much. I was having a great night. Like I was like, oh, I deserve this Chipotle bowl.
Yeah.
And then that happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm eating this.
I'll admit I've eaten a lot of stuff off the ground.
Yeah.
I don't care. I clean.
And I have a dog and a cat, so that was me just really desperate for that Chipotle.
And that's really relatable.
Anyway, you know what else is relatable?
Moms.
Sometimes.
Yeah, not to us because neither of us are moms.
Let me rephrase. For some moms, new moms.
Yeah,
They're looking for someone to relate to.
Yeah, they're looking for groups of moms, mom culture, mom friends. Yeah. They want to mom it up with other moms.
And sometimes mom groups can be like, apparently, according to some, can be like a group of high school mean girls.
Yeah, according to some, not us, to clarify.
According to someone who might have been on a Disney Channel show, but also a famous Disney movie series.
Yeah. So if you don't know, we're talking about Ashley Tisdale.
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't sure how long I could.
Yeah, I was
vague. But
I was gonna let you keep going, and then I was like,
she may have played a candy shop girl. Which, by the way, why did the hotel have a candy shop girl?
Yeah, that is weird.
Why was that a thing?
Maybe I'm just not staying at nice enough hotels, but like,
I've never seen a candy shop girl at any hotel.
I know. I'm like, maybe I need to stay at the a nicer hotel. I don't know.
I'm telling you, there's no candy shop girls.
Okay.
That's weird. Yeah. I've never seen that before. Why was that a thing?
There's so many things on Disney where you're just like...
And she wore weird. Like a kind of like a slutty schoolgirl
She did,
uniform.
yeah.
It was like the weirdest...
It was
very
strange.
Now that I think about it, what were they doing with that?
I don't know.
So anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
We're talking about Ashley Tisdale and her mom drama.
Yeah.
Her mom cult drama.
If you don't know, she came out with an article in The Cut recently. I can't remember if it was last week or maybe this week or early last week, where she basically explained how she was in this mom group and she left because she basically felt like she was like
a toxic mom.
Yeah,
it was a toxic group
mom group. And I couldn't read the article because I apparently read too many Cut articles, but I read all the things quoting the article, so I feel like I've gotten a good gist of it.
So someone came through on Reddit, as they always do, and they posted like an article that was not behind a paywall. It was an MSN article of the article. And so here's the thing. So I will go back and say that the reason for this article was because Ashley Tisdale wrote a blog post about literally the same thing. The article was no different from this blog post. But basically it was a blog post talking about how when she had her baby in COVID, she had her baby during COVID, and obviously like that was really difficult because she, no one could hold her baby. Like, she just wasn't able, like, she felt kind of lonely. And so she found this group of moms who, she never says their names, but it became very clear through social media that that the friends were Hilary Duff, Mandy Moore.
And Meghan Trainor.
And Meghan Trainor.
And there's other women in this group.
But those, I would say, the most notable, like, celebrity moms in the group. And so she had met them, and they all related to each other because they all had babies during COVID. And so it was just like they were able to, like, they could do stuff together, and they became a group of friends. And then over time, she kind of realized, like, they were leaving her out of plans, and they were making plans without her.
Yeah, or she was like, I'll send text messages and, like, they won't get replies, or I'll notice, like, oh, there's, like, side chats or whatever.
And so she kind of like, she confronted them and just was like, this group is really toxic. And she was just like, I'm out. And then they all, like, some of them apologized to her, sent her flowers, and they all just were trying to like, oh, like, or made excuses like, we're busy, whatever. And she was just like, basically she was telling people like, you know, like if it's okay to leave a toxic friend group, I guess she was basically saying was the point. And then a lot of people related to the blog. So she, you know, and you wouldn't say no to if they're paying you to write an article for the Cut. Like, so the Cut, she wrote like it was no different. There were no different details in it. It was basically like the same article for the Cut. And it, obviously, again, she was being very vague. She didn't say who anybody was, but people really deduced that it was like about Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore. And the thing is, you know, through photos, people knew through social media. And the thing is, so a lot of people were taking her side, but then a lot of people were like, interesting, because Ashley Tisdale has had a lot of falling outs with people. If you look over the years, like she had a falling out with Vanessa Hudgens, apparently. She had a lot, I don't know all of the people, but I've seen like where people have said like, it's interesting because she's had a lot of falling outs with different friends, like famously. And sometimes you look at that and you're like, okay, well, are you the problem then?
And I also, before we get into like the stuff that comes after the article, I'm curious, like just based on that info of the article, what are your thoughts?
So one of my main thoughts, this is interesting. No one else, I was looking kind of through like, you know, all the conversations about it, no one pointed this out. But something that stood out to me was that she mentions that, you know, when she started noticing that they were like leaving her out of plans, she said that at one point it was at her own child's birthday party that the moms like made plans without her. And like, yeah, it's mean to be left out of things. Okay. But, or it's hurtful to be it feels hurtful to be left out of things. Like I can see where she's saying. But one thing that stood out to me was she commented, she was like, early on when I joined the friend group, I noticed that there was a girl who everyone was sort of leaving out. She was kind of on the outs. And she was like, but I just didn't think anything of it because I thought, okay, well, maybe they just don't like her. And I was like, interesting, though, that you were fine with also leaving her out.
Right.
But that I noticed you went over that pretty quickly. Like, that was fine that you left her out, too. But now because that's happening to you, now you're saying something and speaking up.
Yeah. And here's my thing. And we've had this discussion, like, in the past about things where I'm like, okay, when you look at the picture of the mom group, there's like 10 people in it.
Yeah.
You're all new moms. So if people aren't replying to things like, okay, I'm sorry.
They're busy,
whatever. It's a group chat of 10 people. Of course there's going to be side group chats. Of course there's going to be people making plans without certain people or whatever. And I feel like sometimes I'm just going to be honest, and you guys can tell me I'm an asshole or whatever.
No, I know what you're going to say.
Someone comes in and they're like, oh, I want to be friends with you guys. Okay, sure. Like, you want to be in our friend group? Great. And then you get to know them and you're kind of like, I don't know, I don't really like enjoy your company.
Yeah.
What, like, you don't want to be like, hey, text, I don't like you.
Right.
But why? But I also now have to include you, even though, because you're going to get your feelings hurt and be left out. But now I have to include you in everything I do. So all of like the things that and I don't even know if this is what is happening, but I'm like, everything I do.
No, I saw a lot of people commenting the same thing.
Yes. Now everything I do, like I have to include you. Like, I'm sorry. Like if I don't enjoy your company, people don't enjoy my company and they leave me out of things. Okay.
And you actually were the one who really had to really taught me this too, that like, because I think we're also, and they definitely are at an age where it's like, at this point, you shouldn't have to hang out with somebody you don't want to hang out with. Life is short. And yes, sometimes I grapple with this because I do think it's mean to leave people out. Like at the same time, I'm like, okay, it does feel kind of high school to leave somebody out and be, you know, like it feels kind of mean girl. But at the same time, we are also, like, yes, we're too old to be, like, excluding people, but at the same time, are we too old to have to hang out with somebody we don't necessarily want to spend our time with?
Right.
And you actually had to teach me that at one point, too, because I always want to include people, and I never want people to feel bad, but I think, like, also, we really don't have to.
You don't have to, and it's not.
And you don't have to be a bitch about it. You don't have to be mean.
Like,
They weren't being mean. It sounds like they were actually trying to be kind of you know, sometimes being secretive about it is actually being nice because you're just...
Right. Because, again, it's so... I think, like, sometimes I think about the difference between, like, dating and friendships where it's like, let's say you go out on a date with someone and you're like, I'm not really feeling this. then it's like okay to be like, hey, had a good time, but you know, I don't think this is gonna work. If you did that to someone who's a friend, who is a quote unquote friend, like an acquaintance or whatever, then I think people would be like, well, that's kind of rude, isn't it? And it's like, well, why can I don't enjoy your company, but now like I basically have to, because for what reason? Yeah. And I just, again, like I don't think it's mean, but it just like I think puts people in an awkward position. And I also think like, okay, again, this looked like a pretty big group. Like maybe they're making plans where it's like, we've had this, you know, we have like a huge group of friends where it's like, okay, well the thing we're doing is like, we can't invite 15 people to everything we're doing all the time. Right. So sometimes, yes, it is like, hey, I'm going to like ask the 3 people who I'm closest with in this group if they want to go do this small group activity. You know, and it's not like, oh, not always like, oh, because I hate everybody else. It's just like, I'm sorry, but I can't go to, like, I'm not going to organize a 15-person movie run every, you know what I mean?
Right. And so that is.
So that's my take.
Yeah, and it's a good take. And I think another layer to this is that people were commenting. So Mandy Moore and Hilary Duff are very good friends. Yeah. And apparently during the LA fires, Mandy Moore lost her home, and Hilary Duff like opened her home to her and let her and her family like live with them for a while. Yeah. For a little while, I don't know. And so that's like a very selfless thing to do. And apparently Hilary Duff's husband was basically saying, yeah, Ashley's not the same way. Yeah. And it was really funny in like kind of a wild post. So the main, like the photo of the Cut article is Ashley Tisdale sitting in this chair. She has like her arms crossed, her leg crossed, and she's wearing these like, loafers, whatever. Well, Matthew Coma, who is Hilary Duff's husband, he posted, I think on his Instagram story, a photo of his face like photoshopped onto Ashley Tisdale's photo. And he said, when you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, shit. Yeah. It was kind of wild.
So that really confirms of, like, we know what friend group.
First of all, who it's about, but also, like, here's actually how they feel about you. Right. So.
And there's been some speculation. There's all speculation alleged that, like, Hilary Duff is kind of, like, you know, the main person in this friend group, you know, who's really, like, tying it together. Yeah. Whatever. And that she kind of wasn't feeling Ashley. And here's the thing. Again, this is all speculation. This is from like literally people online, so don't take this word for word. But there was some speculation that because I think Ashley Tisdale had maybe like supported some sort of Republican view or something, and Hilary Duff like cut off her sister for similar reasons, that maybe she was just kind of like putting some distance between her and Ashley. However, it has come out that Ashley is like is a liberal, so I don't know like what
she posted about Charlie Kirk.
Yes, that's what it was.
Something like, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something along the lines of we should, you know, even if we don't agree with like someone's views, we shouldn't be rejoicing in their death, you know, something. I don't know, but she posted something like that, and so then, you know, it obviously raised a lot. But
and then I think Hilary Duff's sister also like commented on the post or something, not the Charlie Kirk one, but like the mom group, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, or there was something that happened online where that like tied her and Ashley together. I did hear
they don't like each other anymore.
Who?
Hilary and Haley Duff. They don't.
They haven't talked in years. Yeah.
That's wild to me, because as a kid I was such a fan of them. Like I used to listen to like their little the We Are song. I used to listen to their songs a lot. Yeah. Haley actually sang for Hilary quite a lot. Did you know that?
Really? No.
Yeah. Because as a kid, this is totally off topic, but as a kid, I want to preface this by saying I'm a little biased because as growing up was a huge Hilary Duff fan. I was obsessed with her. And I noticed sometimes when I listened to like her singing on Lizzie McGuire, or, you know, just her singing for Disney specifically, that sometimes her voice sounded a little different in certain like parts. And apparently Haley would sing for her sometimes.
Okay.
She would be
Which
her
one's
voice
older?
Haley.
Okay.
So yeah, I was like so shocked. I remember like when I heard that they like don't talk anymore, I was like, what?
Yeah. So that like kind of tied it together. And then I think Ashley Tisdale's husband, I forget his name, also made a post on Instagram basically just like calling out it was like something short. I don't have it pulled up right now. And like the husbands are getting into it. And then Meghan Trainor made this post video where it was just like she didn't say anything, but it was like the caption was like POV, like you find out about like the mom cult is in the news or something. It was her like logging on to her computer just being like, what? Like, yeah, which was kind of a strange thing to post. She
cringes me out a little bit.
Yeah, but
it's interesting.
It's interesting that like this shouldn't be such a big deal, but it's gotten like so much attention.
I feel like Ashley Tisdale is very involved in drama a lot. Yeah. Like I get that feeling from her. Because here's the thing, it's like, what was her point in posting that? I mean, when you're at that level, I know she's quote unquote trying to just let people like, oh, like here's something to relate to. Like but everybody knows what mom group you're talking. People could easily deduce who you're talking about.
Right. And the thing is,
why would you just put that out there?
Also, like, I'm going to go back to what I was talking about where it's not even, they weren't like mom shaming her, like that. I could be like, oh, if they were like, oh, you do this with your kids. Like she literally, I think had said, she was like, it just made, like, I felt like I did in high school. Like, oh, like, am I not cool? And I was like, who gives a fuck?
Well, no one was really toxic either. I mean, they just, again, okay, yeah, maybe it's hurtful to be like left out of things, but I mean, no one was I think we got to stop using the word toxic because no one was really gaslighting her. It didn't sound like it was.
They weren't gassing her up, Right. And here's the thing is also she was like, oh, like no one was like reacting to my memes and stuff. And I've said this before. Okay, well, be funnier. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like you probably just weren't funny.
You send a joke, I have to send a laughing reaction. Yeah. I didn't laugh. I'm sorry. I'm not out here to make you feel good about your sense of humor.
I think here's the thing is you've got to just read the room. And here's my like she obviously, and I think this was the point of her article really, but still I'm saying if they clearly weren't your friends, they didn't maybe want to be your friends, so find another friend group, find more friends find different friends. But really she just wanted to be part of this friend group because it was Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore.
But like again, like this is, and I'm here to say, like, I have been in friend groups where I'm the loser. I've been in friend groups where I feel like we're all, like, equal. Like, I'm not saying this to be, like, an exclusionary, like, bitch, But it's like... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I fully interrupted you.
But it's like, just because you want to be friends with someone doesn't mean they have to be friends with you. Like, again, if I don't... Like, it doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean that I think you're a loser. I'm just like, I don't know, we just don't really vibe.
But also, here's the thing. I would never post an article.
Right.
I'm not famous, and I wouldn't put something out there about friends who made me feel that way. So can you imagine being on her scale of fame?
Yeah.
And
what is, like, again, if it had been mom shaming or like something more relevant other than like I don't feel cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, what point are you trying to make?
Right.
Oh, that these people like didn't want to be friends with you? Okay, that sucks. You're an adult. Find people who want to be friends with you.
Can I say something else?
You're not forced to see these people. Sorry.
Yeah. So I kept seeing like so she has posted before of her and Austin Butler. Like, there's like a photo of Austin Butler in the pool with her baby. And what? She's like, yeah, because they were... Did you know he was in Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's a movie based on Sharpay. Do you know what Sharpay is?
Yeah, from high school.
Because you're not a High School Musical fan. That's why I had to ask. I've
literally seen it once.
I was like, hold on.
I never saw the second one. I've only seen High School Musical once, and it was like in 2006.
Yeah, it's disturbing to me. But... Either way, I'm not going to hold that against you.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that to myself. I'm not going to write an article about how
I was about to say you did just tell me it's disturbing.
I know. Yeah. I said it quietly though. Like I didn't think you could hear me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Austin Butler, she's like kind of friends with Austin Butler. Probably not anymore, let's be honest. But she posted about him. And then I saw a bunch of people being like, and Ashley and Vanessa aren't friends. This is speculation, but Ashley and Vanessa aren't friends anymore. And Ashley posted a photo of her with Vanessa's ex, and it was really messy, and I was like, oh, interesting. Then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, I forgot Vanessa Hudgens used to date Austin Butler, so that's who they were talking about.
I think about it all the time.
Really? I forgot. They were like the Coachella couple.
Yeah.
But I forgot about that, so then when people were saying that, I was like, oh, right. So she's kind of messy, it feels like. She feels a little messy.
And that's why, like, it's like, okay, so you got to have your voice in this article that everyone's going to see, but it's like, okay, well, let's hear some other perspectives.
I would love to hear all of their perspectives.
There's two sides to every story.
They probably won't, because they're probably a little bit classier, and they're not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I guess Matthew Coma is not necessarily classier. That was wild of him, though. I was like, what do you think Hillary's reaction to him wanting to do that was? Like, do you think she?
I think she was probably like, go ahead.
Because I've really never seen her. I don't really know her, like, now. Like, I don't know who she is as a person, so I'm curious, like, is she funny? Is she, like, I don't know what she's like as a person.
I feel like if it were me and I were her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would be like, you know what? I'm not really going to say anything because I'm, like, super famous and whatever, but I'd be like, but you want to say some shit?
Go ahead.
Go off.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And I'd be like, and it's almost like through her a little bit.
But
like
she's
gonna get
she
the
could never, the thing is, Ashley Tisdale could never be like, I don't know why this is causing such a huge, it's like, you know what you did.
Yeah.
You were definitely, it was clear who you were talking about.
It's so,
I don't know, I just
it's
feel,
so stupid.
It is stupid.
It's also kind of weird to me that The Cut published that. Actually, it's not, because they did the whole Caroline Calloway, like, whatever thing, too. So, they love little drama bits. And so do we, but...
So do we, and we're here talking about it. It was something. It was a topic for our podcast. So that, you know what? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bless you, Ashley.
Yeah.
You know, when I was little, I used to tell people that my middle name. There was like a guy that I had a crush on when I was a kid, and I told him one time I was on the phone with him. I was like 8, and I told him that my middle name, my parents were gonna name my middle name Sharpay. Insane.
That's a very you thing.
I was obsessed with Sharpay as a kid.
And he was probably like,
me.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, oh, from High School Musical? And I was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, rats, I've been found out. You just immediately hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Aw, cute. Well, good luck to those moms, I guess.
I wonder if they're... I'm jealous of their group chat.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine that group chat?
The next time that mom group gets together, oh my god, I would be.
Oh my god.
Let me in.
See, wouldn't that make?
I don't have any children and I'm not famous, but
please.
But I want to join.
Yeah. That would make me so self-conscious if I were her, being like, oh, now they really have something to hang out with me without me.
Yeah, what you said. Yeah, exactly.
God.
Good luck to you.
Let's talk about some more famous people.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
This is a not exclusive group, and it's not toxic at all.
Maybe a little bit.
I know. Just kidding.
I know. The Golden Globes were last night, aka, if you're listening to this, it was 3 nights ago. But
yeah, Sunday
night.
January 11th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? I did not know they were last night until the red carpet was happening, and I was like, oh.
I didn't either until I opened my phone. I said, wow, looks like everyone's at the Golden Globes. And I literally was like, is it tonight?
Yeah.
I guess so.
It looks like everyone's currently at the Golden Globes.
Yeah. They didn't invite me.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Now,
I'll get into that.
Here's my big thought, because I feel like the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards are kind of like similar.
Really, I don't. I don't think about the Critics' Choice that much. But then once the Golden Globes are here, I'm like, oh, yes. It's the second to last.
True. That is true. It's like a lead up.
It's a lead up, yeah. It's like Oscars Eve.
Yeah. My main thing is I think Nikki Glaser killed it.
She always kills it.
Yes. I think, and because here's the thing. To be the host of a award show, it is such a tough job because you're like trying to make a room full of nervous people laugh.
Yeah, who take themselves seriously and they don't want to be made fun of.
Yeah, but you're poking fun at them, and I think sometimes a lot of people like go too far and it's like uncomfortable. And I think all of her jokes, she was poking fun, but like in a really good, like
in a loving way,
in a fun way.
And I think also she's really charming. Like she's very likable as a comedian. And I think she is the perfect. It's almost like it's like her and Conan to me are like kind of the perfect people. I think she's a little bit edgier than Conan, but I think she is she doesn't go too hard on people.
I think her Leo joke was like a perfect example where at first it was like, because she made a joke about how he did all this stuff and it's like, before your girlfriend turned 25, and she was like, that was a low blow, and she was like, but I'm gonna be honest, we don't know anything about you, man. And then she like brought
That's
up,
true.
Yeah, she was like the most in-depth article I could find was from Teen Choice in 1991, and that was funny. That brought it around. I
will say Megan was like, today I was talking to Megan about it, and she was like, I'm glad he got called out because he never gets called out. And I was like, I feel like the joke is actually a little old now.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay.
Well, it's the same thing. I texted you before you came over, and I was like, do you think Michael B. Jordan is tired of people like joking at award show about
I've never seen someone joke about that, about him specifically.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's a very fine man. I've never heard, when you said that, I was like, I've never heard people say that at like award shows.
I forget who it was. It was some award show where the host was like, I mean, Michael B. Jordan's here and you'll get pregnant just from him looking at you. And then he like is laughing and he just looks in the camera and he's just like, and it's very funny. But like, I feel like it happens a lot.
Well, to be fair, I mean, he hasn't been at award shows until this year.
True.
So that's why I'm like, I've never heard that before, but.
I was like, I personally would never get tired of it, but also I'm not blessed like him. But also I was thinking about, so the joke was, she was like, Michael B. Jordan played twins in Sinners, and she was like, how hot he was, and she was like, and I saw that, and I thought, Nikki be jerkin'. And
that's so funny. That's so stupid.
It is. It's so stupid.
That's so funny, Ashley.
I'm glad that got you.
Nikki be jerkin'. Really, it's so funny.
But he, like, everyone laughed, and he laughed. And I was just like, well, I was like, I wonder if
like,
it's
I don't
uncomfortable.
know why that actually was really funny. That's like so stupid.
It's so stupid. She had some that were like so stupid they were funny.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I was like, that, it really made me laugh. But I was like, but let's say the genders were reversed, it'd be incredibly inappropriate.
I know.
But you know what? I think that's fine
men
because
can be objectified.
Yeah, men deserve
fine,
it.
no.
They need it.
Sometimes.
But
unless it makes me mad, then it's not. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Unless it personally affects me.
I'm actually surprised more people didn't say stuff about like Jacob Elordi, actually.
Okay, and here's what I'll say. I'm on my, what did I say, my electric Elordi train?
Yeah.
I came up with something better.
It was Electric Elordi.
No, I came up with something better after that, and I was like, I should have said it.
Oh, after that, yeah. I was gonna say you did say Electric.
Oh,
Elordi.
I said I'm a member of the Elordi Horde.
Oh, that's cute. A Lordy Hordy.
Anyways, but I will say he needs to change up his outfits. He's wearing that Frankenstein suit to every
skinny, yeah, the Frankenstein suit
to everywhere. It's like the big shouldered.
He had a mustache 2 days ago, and now he doesn't. Where is it? And then it's like he has it. And then
shaved.
I know. Like realistically, what's happening. I'm just saying, like it's confusing.
Where did it go?
I know. I just feel like he looks. It's like yes, he does dress the same, but he looks different every day. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But he looks good either way. I'm not complaining.
He does. I just need him to. I'm like, I know
confused.
Inside his soul, he has more fashion in him for red carpets.
100%.
And I'm like, I need you to, like, I loved this the first time I saw it. I've seen it 17 times now. You gotta step it up a little bit.
You know who my favorite look was? And I sent it to you. But that little kid, I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. But the little kid from All Her Fault was there.
Yes. Oh.
And he was maybe the cutest little muffin I've ever seen in my life. And he was kind of like, he was sort of pulling at Coleman Domingo. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but he was dressed like Coleman Domingo almost. Like, I was
really?
like, oh
he
my
was
gosh, he was giving Coleman Domingo.
Yeah.
It was like his outfit. He looked so good. His outfit was so cute.
It was really cute.
And he was like the shortest
I'm gonna
person
cry.
I've ever seen in my life. Like I saw a point of view of him on the carpet, and he was literally down to here.
Yeah, you know what my favorite thing is for these award shows is seeing like the pre-seating where it's like it's like the empty seats and they have the picture of the actor and
you're like, oh
yeah, and it'll literally,
how's this gonna go?
It'll be like Sarah Snook, her face, and then next to her is like Robert De Niro or whatever.
Like, interesting.
You're like, to be at that table.
The thing that keeps getting me is at every award show, I keep seeing, and now to be fair, because Club Chalamet exists, I think they do have to have the security this tight, but like, they had Timothee Chalamet. Every award show, I just keep seeing Timothee Chalamet and Kylie Jenner just sitting at a table while everybody comes up to them and like hugs them, and it's like, and obviously, I mean, you know, there's always like certain people that the cameras are just really watching at award shows, and it's them right now. And it's just interesting because I'm like, are they getting up and going up to other people, or is it just everyone's coming to them like they're the king and queen?
I feel like it's everyone's coming to them.
No, it is. But what I'm saying is, like, why aren't they, like, going? But I guess they have security just standing behind them, like, looming over them. And I'm like, we're at an award show where people, I imagine, had to be, you know, vetted to come in. I'm not sure why we need his security just hovering over him.
Maybe
like
after
that.
the Critics' Choice Award where Club Chalamet just came up behind him.
She came up and the security guard was there. It's not like he was just like, wait, what's happening? Like,
or maybe
she was invited there. But
there's something we don't know. Like maybe there's something.
Maybe I just was curious why it's like it's always a shot of them, and you can look up. It's like the last 3 award shows. It's like they're sitting at a table while everyone comes up to them and is hugging them. Elle Fanning, Ariana Grande, Jennifer Lawrence. It's like. And I'm like, are they not getting up and going? Most people mingle and go up to other tables and go up to people. It's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah, that is strange.
I've really noticed that.
He won for Best Actor again, though.
Yeah, that's great.
And love that for him.
And you know what? I've been seeing a lot of people, like, Kylie looked beautiful, by the way. I loved her dress.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people, because people just really want to hate on her. And, I mean, okay, but I think a lot of people are like, look at, what's her name, Odessa?
Oh, yeah.
Ignored her. And there is one video where it kind of looks like she's hugging Timothee, and then like Kylie sort of goes in for like a hug, and she kind of moves back before.
Yeah.
But then there's another video of the two of them sitting and like whispering to each other, and they're clearly like friendly with each other.
It's like
and
maybe she just didn't see her.
And everyone's like, look at that, like no one wants Kylie there, and I'm like, no. There's so many videos of like Jennifer Lawrence talking to Kylie Jenner. Like, yeah. It's
just a bunch of famous people with famous people.
Yes, I think she's good. I think she's fine.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, what were your overall thoughts?
It was interesting.
Okay.
There were some interesting surprises. And I think it's really made a lot of... Now, okay, here's the thing that we have to remember is like the Golden Globes it's the foreign press. So it's sometimes they'll tend to go for foreign winners.
Yeah.
More, or not foreign winners, but like they'll kind of favor maybe more like foreign movies or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like Stellan Skarsgård won best was it supporting actor? And that kind of changed supporting actor.
For
that
what?
kind of for Sentimental Value, which I do want to see.
Oh yeah, I do want to see that.
And apparently he is really good in it, but I think a lot of people were like, oh, like that kind of changed the trajectory a little bit. I think first of all, this whole time after I saw One Battle After Another, I actually really thought Sean Penn was going to be like the winner, and he hasn't won anything.
Yeah.
And so lately it's been the last one was Jacob Elordi. He won. And then this one Stellan Skarsgård won. So I think a lot of people are kind of like, who is going to win at the Oscars? I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be Jacob Elordi.
I didn't think it necessarily was, but I also was like, oh, Stellan Skarsgård, maybe.
When did they announce Oscar nominations?
They haven't yet.
I know, but do you know when?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I'm so stupid. I was going to be like, maybe after the Golden Globes. Obviously.
Yeah.
It's after the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Can't keep track of time. But anyway, the other surprise was Tiana Taylor won for One Battle After Another.
Yeah, I saw that. And I think I was Chase Infinity nominated?
She might have been in the Best Actress category. Or she might have been in that category.
Yeah, because I think Tiana Taylor did a great job, but...
Well, I was looking at the list, and I was kind of like, well, I don't know who I would say over her, but I also wasn't really... I was a little surprised she won, just because she's really not in it that much. Yeah. And I know you could argue... I mean, it's all about what they do with the time they have.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she necessarily, like, super stood out to me in that movie with her acting, but I also was looking at the list, and I wasn't like, okay, there's no one really in this list that stood out to me more, but I will see.
I have a bone to pick with Tiana Taylor because she is in this advertisement that it's a Netflix advertisement, but I was watching it, and I was like, wow, this seems like a really cool movie. And it's just a bunch of Netflix shows and movies.
I love that ad. It's really good because Tommy Shelby comes in at the end.
It is, but I thought it was a real movie, and then halfway through I was like, oh, Tiana, you tricked me.
It was like Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Actually, weirdly, I was watching Mr. Mercedes yesterday, and I saw, it's Peacock, right? I'm watching on Peacock.
Yeah.
The Netflix ad came on during, like, while I was on Peacock.
Everything's Netflix.
Isn't that wild, though?
Netflix all the way down.
Why was One Battle After Another a comedy? She was nominated for Best Performance by Female Actor in a Motion Picture, which Rose Byrne won.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about Chase Infinity. She was nominated, but in the best female actor. And Rose Byrne, I really want to see the movie she's in, and I've heard she's really good, and I'm actually really glad she won because I think she's a great actress. But it really made me laugh because during her speech, she said her husband wasn't there because he was at a bearded dragon convention or something.
A reptile expo because they're getting a bearded dragon.
And I was like, if that's true, he couldn't have just not gone and gone to his wife's Golden Globe.
Can you get a bearded dragon, like, anytime? Like,
I wasn't sure if that was a joke because that was so insane to me that I'm like...
Also, speaking of, like, couples, Matthew Broderick did a really nice, like, honor for Sarah Jessica Parker. But you know what I thought was interesting about, like, he talked about, like, when he first saw her and how she's so talented. Aww. He calls her Sarah Jessica.
Really?
He was like, so Sarah Jessica.
I don't think I knew that's what she went by. I thought she was just Sarah.
I was like, so every time they're at home.
Sarah Jessica.
And he's like, oh, Sarah Jessica, can you pass me the remote? That's crazy.
Hopefully he calls her, like, Sarah or something.
Or like SJ.
SJ.
Sarah Jessica.
I never knew that was
like,
what
I was
she was
at
called.
First, like, I was like, maybe he's just being formal. And then every time he mentioned it, he was like, Sarah Jessica.
What?
And I was like,
that's so wild.
So strange.
For me, the weirdest moment.
Okay.
Well, this isn't weird. It just was like, this really bothered me actually, was, so the award for best score went to Ludwig, Göransson for Sinners. Mm-hmm. And which is great, but they presented it during the commercial break. And I was like, what?
That's weird.
That's such an important win.
Imagine he's like, hey mom, watch the Golden Globes, I could win. And then she's like, oh, I'm watching the Teyana Taylor ad.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Sorry.
So I just was like, what? That's such a huge, strange. I mean, at the Oscars, I feel like that's a really big award. Yeah. So I don't know. I was kind of offended for him that. And then also, so Sinners only won a couple things. They won for, obviously best original score, but then they won best cinematic and box office achievement, which I was just like, what a bullshit category.
Yeah, I think we've talked, because they just added this category recently, right? Yeah. It's basically like, you did really well at the box office. Congrats on all your money.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I mean, it's a really good movie, so, I'm glad that it's acknowledged, but it's like, that's not why. Like, Zootopia 2 is doing gangbusters.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's the same category as Sinners.
So it's like, that's just like an offensive way to just give them an award without giving them an award, I guess. I don't know.
Also, in terms of fashion, I feel like no one really stood out to me that much except for Jennifer Lawrence. I thought her dress was awesome. Yeah.
And actually I did really, like I said earlier, I liked Kylie's look as well.
Because I have a theory. I think everyone, like, just as the awards slowly ramp up, they're, like, slowly ramping up their, like, outfits. Like, you're not going to go all out for the Golden Globes if you think you're going to be nominated for an Oscar,
I liked Ariana Grande's look. She looked pretty.
Oh, yeah, she did look good.
Tiana Taylor had, like, a bow that was, like, covering her. Like, it was interesting. It was, like, it was covering her ass.
Oh, was it giving All's Fair?
I'll find it. Which Tiana Taylor, incidentally, was also in.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she's in that one. Wow. Big year for her. That's crazy to be in an Oscar-nominated film. You're winning a Golden Globe,
and then you're in.
And you're also the other woman in Kim Kardashian, Ryan Murphy's random show.
The other woman. I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's like a little like. Oh shoot! I just lost it. Hang on.
Oh, you know what? I feel like the ass crack is coming back.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of crack peep lately. It's been huge in fashion. Me personally, I think we have pants that come up to your waist for a reason.
There's a better view of it. It's not really covering her crack, I guess. Is it?
I think so.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. If it just moved wrong. Oh well.
God, it just reminds me of have you ever taken a shower and then you get out and there's a piece of hair and you pull it out and then you're just like, that was the worst feeling of my life. That's what this fashion trend reminds me of. It's an odd one.
Yeah, it is an odd one.
Yeah, it's
I would say it's interesting.
It's an odd sensation.
Yeah. Okay, I thought this was a very good moment. I thought it made me laugh. So Ricky Gervais won for Best Stand-Up, but he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
And so Wanda Sykes accepted it on his behalf, and she said, Ricky Gervais would like to thank God and the trans community. And I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
Because obviously he would not do that.
Right, yes.
So...
That is funny.
Like,
Wanda Sykes, what's she been up to?
I think she's had some specials,
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Wanda Sykes.
I do too.
But yeah, I'm trying to think what else really stood out to me. It wasn't like that crazy. I just thought the winners were interesting. It kind of, I think everyone was like, oh. And we actually haven't talked about TV at all, but it's just like,
the TV was the same.
I'm a little sick of Noah Wyle winning.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of adolescence at this point.
I am too, but it's only but for some reason it feels like it's been a lot.
I think these things need to have, like, they're happening in the wrong order. The
timeline.
The Emmys needs to come out, like, after these.
It's about the timing of when the show came out.
Right.
So it does make sense. But I think by the time, for those that, here's where it's, like, not bad, is if it's, like, they first get nominated at the Golden Globes, and then the Emmys are that year. So, for example, like, Ray Seahorn will win the Emmy probably this year. But it's not going to feel that crazy. But for some reason, like, Adolescence, which came out like almost a year ago, right? Well, it got nominated at the Emmys, and now it's at the Golden Globes. So it feels like kind of like, okay, we're good on that. We're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They need to get it together. They need to coordinate their schedules. They need a group Google Calendar for these awards.
Well, I think it's more just like, oh, then the shows need to come out in the fall or whatever. But
that's true.
They don't. Sometimes they come out in the spring, and then that's why the timing gets all weird. So that's what happened. But I do agree. I was kind of like, I'm sick of Noah Wyle winning every time. Mm-hmm. I'm now kind of tired of Adolescence. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that really stood out to me.
I don't know. But, I mean, this is getting us ready for the Oscars. And if you guys are long-term listeners, long-time fans, you know that we are ramping up. I already got it in mind, girl.
I know.
No plans happening that day. We're ramping up for the Oscars. We do our annual competition. Someone will be winning an Oscar. But so make sure to stay tuned for that, because we're going to have a big episode. Molly and I are going to be face off. Yeah.
To put that in my planner. I'm like scared. What if something comes up? I'm terrified for my life right now.
We'll put it in your planner and it won't come up.
True.
Oh, that's right, because you have a physical planner, so you can't put... I can't, Molly.
There's a couple calendars I have to put it on. No one bother me on March whatever.
I have it. You know where I have it? I have it on my phone planner.
Hey, you don't know what day it is? Have they even announced it?
They have. I looked it up. It's on March 15th.
Interesting.
So I guess remember that in 3 hours when you're near a physical planner to write it down.
I'm excited to come up with, like, what we're going to name our foods. That's, like, so fun
that's
to
fun.
me.
Oh, we got to start brainstorming now.
We don't know what's going to be nominated.
Oh, that's true. We have an idea.
We can call it Sinner Dinner.
I love that. Okay, good. Okay, anyway, so come back in March and we'll have a full...
Well, come back before then. We still have
come back every week until March, and then after March every week as well. But I would like... Let's wrap it up with something that brought me specifically joy.
Okay.
The people we meet on vacation. I actually, so you know how like I was so excited for my Oxford year and it came out and I had to watch it in 6 different settings because it was so bad?
Yeah.
I loved this film.
Good.
This is what I wanted my Oxford year to be. So The People We Meet on Vacation came out on Netflix this past weekend, and it stars Emily Bader and, oh my God.
Tom Blythe.
Tom Blythe. And this is also why I was like, I didn't know this man was British. He actually has a really great American accent. But sometimes, really? You just look at someone and you're like, I would
say he looks British, yeah.
Yes. And if I had known his name before, Tom Blythe.
Yeah. Well, like I assume that's how, I've only seen it, but I've never heard it said, so I assume that's how you say it.
It's like a Ella Purnell. It's like, yeah, that's a British woman. You know what I mean? But anyways, so basically, it's based on the Emily Henry novel, which is like, again, super popular. Emily Henry is like multiple books are in like the #1, like checked out from libraries, purchased, like all of her, she has 5 or 6 novels. They're all in production to become film already.
Crazy.
So she's like announced, she's like, I'm taking a little bit of a break from writing because she's writing the scripts for some of them.
Oh, well,
and
that's
like working on production.
Then
you know
it will be good.
And I originally like haven't watched or like haven't read any of her books because I just don't like the covers. They're like a little bit too.
I know what
they're
you
like
mean.
Really bright and they have like these.
Well, they're usually like animated.
Yeah, animated, like weird. The publishing industry, I want you to know, I'm not a fan.
It feels juvenile a little bit.
Yes, it makes, I'm like, I don't want people to see me reading this, even though I'm enjoying it.
I don't like rom-coms, so I don't.
Yeah, but I do.
Right.
And this, like, so Emily Bader was starring in it, and if you don't know, she was in My Lady Jane last year, which got canceled, and I loved it. It was the one about Lady Jane Grey on Amazon Prime. She is the new, I think, she's going to be the rom-com queen. I will watch anything she's in. She's just got this, first of all, she's beautiful. She's got this just, like, bright, very, like, welcoming, friendly face. And I think she's like that in reality, too. Like, she's just enjoyable to watch on screen. Even in something like, this was, like, there were cheesy moments and there were things that were, like, just a little bit, you know, like, her character, her name is Poppy. And you can imagine, like, someone named Poppy, they're, like, a little bit chaotic and, like, yeah, and peppy and like whatever. Also, but I love this took like the typical rom-com tropes, but it kind of felt fresher. So like, you know how in a rom-com the main character is always like a journalist or like a writer and is in an apartment that like obviously she wouldn't be able to afford. Okay, well, Emily Bader's character is a travel journalist. She like is a travel writer for a magazine called R&R, and that she goes into an office every day. I was like, no way, this travel magazine that you're living in New York City and by yourself, you're getting a salary for, that you're going into an office. If anything, you'd be working from home and you'd have 3 other jobs on the side. Yeah. And she's the most talented writer there, but she's been in a slump. And you find out that it's because her and her male best friend from college have had a falling out over the past 2 years. So I was like, something about this plot feels familiar. And I saw this tweet. It's like, basically this movie is one day if you don't want to like, you know, be a emotional mess at the end. Yeah. Because it goes back and forth in time where you see Emily Bader's character, Poppy, and Blythe's character, Alex.
Blythe's character.
They meet at Boston College and they both live in the small town in Ohio. So they're like, they have to like carpool back together in college, and that's how they meet each other. And he's like really uptight and he's like, don't eat like that burrito in the car. And she's like very free spirited. Like you can tell by her outfits, you know, she's like wearing mismatched like Stevie Nicks-esque things. And
I don't like for the girl to be more free spirited than the guy. That seems off to me. Not that I don't like it, but something about that feels weird. For the guy to be the more uptight one. I don't know why.
It does, but it kind of like tracks a little bit. Yeah.
Not that I don't like it, but I just was like, oh, that threw me off a little bit. No, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And I think like the casting is just excellent. Like they have really good chemistry and like they did a good job with this. But anyway, so she brings out, she's like, I'm from Ohio and I don't want to be from Ohio. I don't want to be in a small town, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I love Ohio. I'm fine with that. And like, she's like, what about vacation? And so then she comes up with this term. She's like, you're Vacation Alex. What would Vacation Alex do? And they get into like on their first trip, like some shenanigans and they're having fun. And they were like, okay, well, how about this? Every year we are going to take a vacation together, no matter what happens. Like every year we're going to go on a trip together. And they do for like about, I think like 8 years or something. But they're just, as always, they're just platonic friends. There's nothing. Molly Shannon plays her mom. She's only in one scene. She brings her a box of 500 condoms. And she's like, we don't need that, Mom. Like, we're just friends.
It's giving her character in The White Lotus, I feel like, just like crashing, like.
Yes, absolutely. And
why not? What's the point of that? Why, like, do they have other people? Why not just get together?
I don't know. Well, he has a girlfriend at first that he's like on and off with throughout this time period. And she's kind of like dating these losers and like these kind of weirdos. She's like constantly trying to find herself.
Can I ask you a question? If you were in her position, I'm not sure if this is in the movie, but just a hypothetical. If you were like the girlfriend of a guy who had a female best friend who he always went on vacations with, like every year, how would you feel about that?
Upset. Yeah. I would be like, and honestly, like, They kind of position, so the daughter from this season of White Lotus, I forget her name, but she's like the incest daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not incest. But she's associated with it.
Yeah. Her name.
Yeah, I forget her name, but she plays his like long-term girlfriend. Okay. And I think like at first you're supposed to kind of just be like, oh, she sucks. Like she has this weird blonde haircut.
But that's why I knew that's what they were gonna go into, and that's why I was like, yeah, I feel bad for her already.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah. If Chris was like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with this girl that I'm constantly texting, we're going to go travel the world together.
Yeah, I'm like kind of pissed hearing about this.
I'd be like, no, you're not. Like, that would be so strange. And, of course, and I thought about her, too, because, spoiler, like, they break up. They actually get engaged, and that's why, like, Poppy and Alex, like, stop talking because she's like, you're just gonna get engaged and move back to Ohio, and, like, I thought you wanted to live in New York, which was kind of weird. I was like, we've never heard him mention that, but you're saying
he,
that.
like, loves Ohio, apparently.
Yeah,
so.
it was kind of strange to me. And so he's just like, I'm gonna make it work with my girlfriend. They, eventually break up. And I just thought about, like, eventually Poppy and Alex do get together in the end. I'm like, if I were his on and off girlfriend of 8 years, his former fiance, and then I found out, oh, you are with the girl who you were going on a trip with every month or every year while we were together, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
I would be like, screw you. I would be like, I'm finding some way to get revenge on you, because that's actually is, like, pretty awful. Mm-hmm. But their romance is really cute. So, the novel, the book, or not the book, the movie, it makes you're going to side with them because they're the main characters. They're clearly supposed to be together. And again, like, it goes back and forth. So then it shows them together in the present day, and Poppy is in Barcelona for Alex's brother's wedding. So it's the first time they've seen each other in 2 years. And you're kind of, like, piecing together, like, as you're going through their timeline of, like, why they aren't talking anymore. And so then eventually they admit, like, oh, I love you, and I love you too. And they start, hooking up at this wedding and whatever, and things are great. And then suddenly it's like, but what are, like, you live in New York and I live in Ohio. What are we going to do? And he, like, obviously wants to talk about it then. And she's like, I don't want to. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just another vacation for you. And so then, they leave Barcelona separately. And then she does the thing that they do that I think is so crazy in rom-coms. Like, it's not running through the airport.
Yeah.
She, like, decides, like, she quits her job and decides to go to Ohio to see him. She hasn't said anything to him. She also gets out of the taxi. She's got no bags, nothing. She's just in front of his house, knocks on the door, like, ready to be like, I choose you. And he doesn't answer. He's not home. You know why? You didn't tell him you were coming. And she's just like literally, like, the expression on her face, she's like, what am I gonna do? Like, this is so crazy.
No, it's not like I have a cell phone where I can call him.
Yeah. Or I'm like, I mean, he lives here, so he will be back. So I guess, like, this wasn't your only chance.
Yeah.
But then she sees that he's on a run. He, like, runs past the house, and he has these noise-canceling headphones, so she has to, like, chase after him, even though she's always said, like, I hate running. And she's like, Alex. And then he's like, what are you doing here? And then she says, like, you're not my vacation, you're my home.
Aw, cute.
And it was cute, and it was very nice. It was just, like, I think hopefully we're getting, like, I think they've been trying, there was, like, the big age of rom-coms in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, and it sounds like we're kind of coming, yeah.
I hope
that
so.
That does feel like a very classic rom-com story.
Yeah.
Question, why is it called People We Meet on Vacation?
That makes me mad, too. I don't know.
Maybe meet on vacation.
Because I thought the plot of it was going to be like, they were going to meet someone on vacation. Maybe it's supposed to be like, oh, this other person that you are on vacation is who you're meeting.
No.
But I'm good on that.
It's not going to be like people we meet on the road trip back from college.
People we are on vacation or something. Like, why is it the people we meet on vacation?
People we are on vacation would actually be way more deep, I feel.
Yeah, actually, thank you.
Yeah.
Hit me up, Emily Henry.
Vacation, Alex.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I really liked it, though. And her outfits were, like, you know how, again, rom-coms, like, there's, like, Andy's dress in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and, like,
Did
the
she
13.
Have that iconic?
Yeah, she has, like, it's a beautifully, like, it's a yellow-green color dress, and she comes out at this wedding, and she looks it's a stunning, and everyone's been like, I want this outfit. I want her whole wardrobe, actually.
That's a good question, though. Like, what would be a favorite outfit of yours from a rom-com?
Ooh, from a rom-com? Mm-hmm. It's tough because a lot of them are, like, early 2000s, and watching it now, I'm like,
really, but I feel like they stand the I feel like Andy's yellow dress, I feel like is a really good one.
Yeah, that is a lot of people's. Actually, that's not my favorite one. I really like what in 13 Going on 30, not like the iconic one, but she wears, like, at the end, she's, like, wearing this really, like, pretty dress, like, kind of flowy that feels like more her. Or this isn't, like, a rom-com, but I do love, like, The Notebook. Everything she wears in that is really cute. And When Harry Met Sally, the sweaters, iconic.
Some iconic sweaters.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me, but
oh yeah, no. What is? Well, you don't watch rom-coms.
I know. I don't know if this counts as a rom-com, but it's just the first thing I thought of.
Okay.
I don't know if it counts as a rom-com, but I feel like it does. It's a romantic comedy. Have you ever seen My Date with the President's Daughter? The pink dress.
Yes. Oh my god.
I know people always talk about it, but I really is like I would wear it now. Like I love it.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Oh wait, or what am I saying? I would also say Cher's red. It's Calvin Klein. Her actually might be white.
Oh, I'm thinking of Cher.
No, sorry. I was gonna say Cher in Clueless.
Yes.
Her now is it white or red? Wait, which one am I thinking of?
I think it's red.
She wears a white one though. She wears a white one that covers.
It's Calvin Klein.
It might be the
iconic.
Says who? Calvin Klein. Yeah, the red. I love the red dress. But also, she does wear a white one too, and it's really
Those are good. Like, I feel like rom-coms have really good, like, girly outfits.
Like, I love that white dress.
She looks like you in that photo. Or you look like her. I don't know.
Thank you. Wait, stop.
You should definitely wear that. That'd be cute.
Could be that for
like, what's your favorite cinematic outfit in general? Because the thing I always go to one specific outfit. And it's going to be cliched, but I want people to know when I saw this movie and I was, like, 13, I clocked it immediately, and that's why I got this haircut.
Okay, so it's not Pride and Prejudice, because I feel like you were younger when you saw that.
Yeah. But similar actress.
Got this haircut. Oh, this haircut?
Sorry, a haircut that was bad.
Okay, well, I know you try to do, like, a Bend It Like Beckham haircut.
No, it's Atonement. I tried to do
the green dress.
The green dress.
Yeah,
and I literally, like, was at, like, JCPenney. I was like, I gotta find this green dress. Where was I gonna wear that to?
And also, JCPenney? Why did you...
I was going wherever my mom took me.
Okay.
I was 13.
Did you find a green dress there?
No, which also made my haircut look even dumber.
I would love to see photos.
It just, like, it wasn't great.
No, seriously, I would love to see photos.
I'll see if I can find some.
I'm trying to think cinematic outfits. I mean, I don't want to keep saying Cher, but I love her yellow outfit. God. I feel like I'm on the spot now. I can't think of one, but I feel like there's an obvious one.
Of cinematic outfits?
That I'm just not thinking about.
Controversial.
Okay.
I will say, the premise of this film, the context, not great. But the dresses in Gone with the Wind are beautiful.
I did think about Scarlet. It was actually my first thought.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the green one, like the green and white one.
Beautiful dresses. Oh, but the Wuthering Heights just came out. They released their costumes.
Well, I saw the costumer commented in there. I think they're really trying to tell everybody this isn't Wuthering Heights. Like, let's all just chill out.
They're beautiful, though. There's one where it's like Margot Robbie's wearing a white dress with like red velvet sewn into it. Oh my God, I need to wear it. I'm like going to get rid of my wedding dress and wear that.
Yes. And also I would say, obviously, okay, Breakfast at Tiffany's has some good outfits. Probably, okay.
The Mummy. I love the outfits in The Mummy.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, the pink outfit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Also, White Christmas, those blue sisters
That's
outfit.
Let's see. I'm trying, I honestly, I might stick with Cher.
Yeah, go ahead.
I might. And I just wish I could think of something. I can't. It's going to piss me off if I think of something later. Uma Thurman's, like, white, well, obviously the yellow outfit for Kill Bill, but...
Yeah.
I love her, like, white dress shirt.
Charlize Theron in the gold, where she's like, gold is dead, perfume commercial. Where she's like, has that gold dress on.
What? That's not a movie.
I know, but it's in my mind.
Really?
I was like, well, she's just very pretty, but.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of anything.
I'm sure it'll come to us.
Yeah.
But anyways, so rom-coms hopefully are back. I really love that. And I think I'm going to read an Emily Henry novel this summer. I think I'm going to do it.
You should.
Because I love a first name, last name.
Well, yeah, it's a first girl name, boy last name.
But still, it's a first name, last name.
I think they're like the names you like too, aren't they? Well, the guy.
Yeah. Not that there's anything bad with the name Emily.
Yeah, that's why I thought. At first, I thought it was actually one of yours. But.
Yeah, but I love that.
Yeah.
But anyways, we hope that you guys watch some fun stuff. Let us know what your cinematic outfits are, and also let us know what your favorite personal outfits are. I feel like we've got some stylish listeners.
Yeah, send us some photos of your outfits.
Absolutely.
I always wanted Cher's like.
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? I always wanted Cher's like thing where she like puts together her outfits in the beginning of the movie when she's doing. Sorry to keep talking about Clueless. I don't know why, but I think if we're talking about outfits, it's fair for me to talk about Clueless.
Kim Possible's outfit in the movie when she goes to the dance with Ron, she wears this like tight blue dress. She looked so good.
Oh my gosh, she had a rockin' bod.
She really did. Just straight triangular tits.
Yeah, it wasn't realistic at all. Oh wait, any of like Barbie's outfits in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, that's true. Barbie. But anyways, as always, please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Poppin In Podcast. And we'll see you next time. Bye.